We begin with breaking news this morning. Champaign police are investigating a report of shots fired. This happened near Country Fair Drive and White Streets near Gramercy Park Apartments. Shortly after 2 o'clock this morning, you're taking a live look at the active investigation. Police are still there. They taped off an entire block coming in and out of one of those buildings, collecting evidence. As of right now, there are 8 squad cars there. No word yet on if anyone was hurt. We will keep you updated throughout the morning. Central Illinois is on track to move to phase 3 of the Restore Illinois plan at the end of next week. When that happens, bars and restaurants can start seating people outside. The news came as a welcome surprise for business owners. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen has more on that.
The coronavirus pandemic has stretched on for months, putting businesses in a tight bind financially. The governor has now loosened restrictions to the executive order by allowing restaurants to have outdoor seating.
I'm not sure how we'll go about it, but we'll take advantage of anything we can. Just being a business, I'll put tables wherever I can and hope for the best weather. That's what we can hope for.
It'll be an adjustment for some businesses like the Apple Dumpling restaurant in Urbana.
The things is we're going to have to prepare. Number one, I don't have outdoor seating. Never had outdoor seating before.
They, like many other places, will now have to buy or rent tables and chairs and clear out a space outside to set up. That's an extra expense they'll have to cover, along with maintaining health and safety guidelines.
Definitely have to have 6 feet separation between the tables. Of course, sanitizing every time somebody leaves.
Outdoor seating is something many restaurant owners considered prior to the governor's latest announcement. The owners of the Apple Dumpling tried to open up outdoor seating a couple weeks ago, but that was quickly shut down by the health department. And
I was told absolutely not, they were not to consume the food on premises, period.
In 9 days, that will be allowed, getting restaurant owners one step closer to business as usual.
Win for small business today, a small one. Many more to go.
Reporting, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Other changes to phase 3, golf courses will be allowed to have 4 players on the same tee. Boating and camping will be allowed with up to 10 people. Nail and hair salons and tattoo parlors are also set to reopen, and in-person retail shopping will also be allowed. You can find a list of more places that can open their doors at the end of the month on WCIA.com.
A little cloudy here this morning, and that's an understatement for sure as we take a look at your Roof Your Nook iNet weather camera network. Plenty of these clouds still sticking around. I mean, a sprinkle or two, definitely no widespread rain will be expected today, but we're still keeping the effects of this area of low pressure that just continues to spin and really hasn't moved a whole lot again since yesterday. It's still down there across parts of Tennessee and Kentucky, and still bringing in a good amount of rain for those across more of the mid-Atlantic states. Virginia, North Carolina, you go farther south, and where they had some more of that rain, and it's not quite showing up there for them anymore. But back this way, more clouds being thrown back, and just a little amount of moisture that could help to produce or develop one of those quick little sprinkles. 54 in Champaign, mid-50s in Effingham. Still going to show a lot of clouds around here as we go throughout the next day or so. Tomorrow, just a little more sunshine for you, but we are really expecting to see a little more sun along with more storm chances as we get into the weekend as things warm up and feel a little more like summer. We'll give you the details in a bit. Christy?
Thanks, Adam. Now we're going to take a look at the latest coronavirus numbers across the state. There are more than 2,300 new cases, putting Illinois over the 100,000 mark. 147 more people have died, bringing the state's death toll now to more than 4,500. The Pritzker administration is pulling back on an emergency rule that would have punished business owners who defy his orders. The governor threatened to jail any business owners who defied his orders, but he says he'd prefer to fine them, or if things escalate, pull their license. The threat alone has drawn intense pushback from businesses who say the government is overreaching.
But those tools are harsher measures than anybody, including me, is interested in pursuing. A business that chooses not to follow the rules can recover from a fine. It is much more expensive to deal with being stripped of a license or forced to close.
Now the governor is going to the legislature asking them to give him an enforcement tool to allow police to write tickets only. With session now started, Illinois House members have new rules. Representatives voted to require everyone to wear masks. Anyone not willing to do so would get kicked out. WCIA 3's Gabrielle Franklin caught up with the representative who got the boot and protesters who were on hand to support him.
Representatives walking into the Bank of Springfield Center for special session were greeted by protesters, many of whom weren't wearing face masks.
We're not wearing face masks mostly because we don't really know if they really actually do something.
But most lawmakers had their coverings on. Once inside, House Speaker Michael Madigan called for a change to the rules, requiring lawmakers to cover their faces and follow social distancing.
We've heard this message before, that if you cannot be 6 feet apart, then wear your mask. We're more than 6 feet apart, and I'll do whatever I can to stay isolated over here away from everyone else.
But Representative Darren Bailey would not put on a mask, and House members voted to have him removed from the building in order to keep everyone safe.
But to sit in there and just play these games that they're typically playing, no, I don't. I feel like I'm doing the genuine thing of standing up and representing the people and saying enough's enough.
People rallying at the Capitol say the Speaker's rule is an overreach of power.
That's straight communism or socialism. That's not right. It's our right to what we put on our bodies.
Reporting in Springfield, I'm Gabrielle Franklin.
Representative Bailey says he isn't sure whether he will put on a mask and re-enter session sometime this week, but he is certain he will be in Clay County focused on his legal fight against the governor's stay-at-home order instead of at session with other lawmakers. The Gibson City Police Department won't be arresting any business or organization leaders who choose to reopen their doors before May 29th. The police chief and others posted a letter about the policy on social media. It said police are neither encouraging nor discouraging businesses or churches currently affected by the executive order to remain closed or open for business. Airports are feeling the pain of the pandemic as well. Willard Airport in Savoy is flying 90% fewer passengers than normal. Losses are stacking up, specifically in rental car sales and parking lot payments. Flights to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Charlotte have dropped to 1 day a week. Flights to O'Hare have been reduced to 11 a week. But they are hoping to come out of the crisis to increase travel demand once the stay-at-home order is lifted. In the meantime, the federal government has stepped in. Willard got nearly $2 million from the FAA. Officials say they are using that money to keep full operations going and to avoid layoffs. One high school sports conference is going to look a little bit different next season. Coming up in sports, who's joining this fall?